friends, over the past couple of months, we have seen that the students all over the city are facing tuition hikes, budget cuts, tens of thousands of dollars in student debt, and no prospects for jobs in the midst of the greatest capitalist crisis since the 1930s. But they have fought back courageously and righteously. From Hunter to NYU to CCNY, campuses all around the city, these students are trying to light a fire, and we need to be there in solidarity with them as they continue to fight to make their demands heard. One example of this growing fight back is the two new school occupations. The first one was held on December 19, 2008, and the most recent occupation was held on last Friday, April 10th, where the students demanded the resignation of new school president Bob Carey and executive vice president James Murtha. I just wanted to give a brief comment about Bob Carey, and this really needs to be stressed when we're talking about the new school struggle, that Mr. Carey should not be allowed to be president of the new school or any other university for the pure fact that Bob Carey is a war criminal and should be treated as such for his role in the Thanh Phong massacre in Vietnam in February of 1969, where eyewitnesses have reported that Carey participated in the cold-blooded murder of civilians, including women, children, and the elderly, while leading a Navy SEAL team mission. The only place for somebody like Bob Carey or any other war criminal is in jail. The very fact that Carey makes $1 million a year in salary as the president of the new school, while the students he represents are struggling to continue their education costs, while continuing that education becomes more unaffordable and the prospects for getting a job become slimmer, really shows the true parasitic nature of capitalism. The last Friday, about 60 students occupied the Albert List Academic Building, which was also occupied on December 19th of last year. Some of them went on the roof of the building, waving red and black flags, reading off the following statement. The ongoing and growing crisis of capitalism is an upending and putting light to the alleged advantages of the free market. That job that was waiting for you has gone overseas or disappeared entirely. The scheme to draft us into perpetual debt peonage through seemingly infinite credit has only piled further contradictions onto a conflict-laden system. The house of cards is falling, revealing a lie we were all aware all along. Capitalism has shown once again its inability to reasonably provide for humanity, and within less than 2 decades following its proclamation of a so-called end to history, our fight at the new school is one of the many battles taking place around the planet, and the stakes are higher than they've ever been before. Within our solidarity lies the foundation of a future as fantastic as the human potential itself. We have nothing to lose but the radical chains that weigh us down. Let's unite together in our struggle at the new school as part of the greatest historical struggle to make the world itself anew. Yeah. Carey responded to this statement by sending in the NYPD to viciously attack the occupiers and to crush the rebellion. We've all seen the videos on YouTube of protesters getting pepper sprayed while trying to leave the building, even beating an innocent bystander who was protesting the assaults on the students. And you could better believe that this attack by the NYPD had the blessing of Mayor Michael Bloomberg and Police Commissioner Ray Kelly to not only crush this rebellion, but to intimidate students from other campuses from organizing similar rebellions. Carey released a statement saying that his administration no longer considers the protesters students, that they are terrorists. There's something wrong with this system when a real terrorist like Bob Carey, who murdered civilians 40 years ago in Vietnam, is allowed to run a university and make $1 million a year in salary, while students who are standing up and fighting back are considered quote-unquote terrorists. Even Even with this horrific assault, the solidarity with the new school occupation has only gotten stronger. The night of the attacks, there was a rally at Union Square that drew 150 students and activists that came out in solidarity with the new school 22. And last night, over 100 students had a rally in front of the new school's main building on West 13th Street, where several students spoke. One of them saying that they were tired of seeing their universities being run more like corporations instead of an institution of higher learning. After the speeches, the students went off and blocked off traffic on 6th Avenue for about 5 minutes before marching to Kerry's 11th Street townhouse, where they were chanting for Bob Gary to go, while cops stand guard in front of his house. FIST has been in solidarity with all the student actions around the city and is encouraging students to walk out on May Day to be in solidarity with immigrant workers and to bridge the solidarity between the workers and the students all across the city. Because it's when we link all the struggles together, that's when we can build a righteous movement against capitalism. We must continue to be in solidarity with the student struggles, to not only show them that they are not alone in this struggle, but to help build the struggle and help it grow further as we continue to organize together against capitalism. Long live the student struggles.